Alright, sorry about the wonky intro there. Like I said a while back, there's always something that I forget to do, and in this case, for whatever stupid reason, I had everything lined up except for switching the video capture to capture this rather than how I had it set up for Renegade X on Wednesday. Anyway, we're good to go now, and I think for the most part tonight we're going to be playing a couple of different Simic ramp decks. I've got a number of things built that we could theoretically play, but I want to keep trying this style of deck because I just think Ugin is super good um, in this format. For the most part, I mean, there are certain matchups where it's really hard to resolve an 8 drop, whether that be the Yorion deck that has all the discard spells or counter magic or whatever. But I mean, if this ever comes down, it just like most part just ices a game, or at least gets you back into a game where you had no right to win it. Um, so we're playing the standard package here of Ramp, Cultivates, Uros, and Growth Spirals. I'm playing Wolf Willow Haven as another 2-mana ramp spell. We don't have a lot of 4s in this deck. Be able to go like 2, 4 into like Nissa plus something. But just the redundancy being able to go like Growth Spiral into a 3 and then follow up into like a turn 4 Nissa or something like that is kind of all we're really looking to do, which can curve into an Ugin on the following turn. As you can see by the name here, this is Simic Ramp Jerry. This is the Jerry Thompson build that he posted last week, so it's a little out of date, but that shouldn't be a big deal. See whether or not we get punished for playing a deck that's a week old. I don't think in what are we in right now? Like, I think the ladder just reset, so I think we're in like gold something or other. I don't think it's going to matter for gold at the moment. He has Maze Mind Tome in as well on the 2-drop spot, just as an additional thing to be able to play early. Once we start rolling in the mana, we do want to have a thing that allows us to get some card advantage going. This is cheap, gets down early. Don't really care if it gets hit by Teferi or something like that, because you can get a little bit of value out of it and always recast it or whatever. Plus, the life gain is not irrelevant. You can have 4 counters on it by the third turn you have it in play if you really need to gain the life. Not obviously the best use of it, but it is a thing that can come up. But incidental life gain alongside Hydroid Crassus, Uro, and Ugin. I mean, Ugin isn't incidental necessarily, but if we ever get there, that's all of those things help us against the aggressive decks. The sideboard, a little bit of a smattering of all kinds of stuff. We've got Soul Guide Lantern. This is mainly just for the Cat Oven decks. Just something cheap that we can do to kind of disrupt their game plan. Those come aside with the Scavenging Ooze and the Wilt to basically try to keep Oven under control, and more specifically Cauldron Familiar. Just gives us a lot of extra leverage in that matchup outside of having Ugins and crap like that really don't do a whole lot. A few counter spells for the control decks, shifting Ceratops as well. Pretty standard stuff. The other deck that I have here, this other Simic Ramp deck, this is the Ari Lax build that he posted earlier this week. I think it was Tuesday or something like that. A different take on it. His approach was just, hey, play all the busted cards from old sets. Like, you don't necessarily have to be playing a whole bunch of new stuff. So he feels like Arboreal Grazer into Cultivate into Cavalier or Nissa or something like that is a little bit stronger of a game plan. He also likes Beanstalk Giant over Solemn. I'm not entirely sold, but this is a much better card in the late game. So I could certainly believe that's the case. Solemn plays really well with Ugin, though, in terms of a later game thing that you can keep in play and also, minus Ugin. Help clear up the board and deck anything that might have lived otherwise for whatever reason. Ugin plus Cavalier is kind of a nombo, but we'll see. I also don't really like his mana base as much. This card is just kind of whatever. This is really only a card I think you can get good value out of in like a Temur Rec deck. Just activating it 5 mana Scry 2 is kind of whatever. We'll see. These Triomes are going to be slow, but between the Uros and the Growth Spirals, maybe we can afford to play 8 tap lands. Sideboard's pretty similar, except he's got a whole bunch of Gus and a couple mass manipulations, presumably for mirror matches of some variety. I have never really been a big fan of this card, but we'll see what's happening with it. Otherwise, it's a pretty straight game plan, just like the other deck. He has a Singleton Migration Path in here, just as another kind of big 4 to 6, or set you up for turn 7, to cast a Beanstalk Giant or something. I bet you most of the time this gets cycled, but we'll see. We're going to start with the Jerry build. I think that's the better build, in my opinion. So I do not want to be in this queue. Alright, I guess we're playing one non-ranked match due to my hastiness in getting into the queue. I guess we have a Temple and a Cultivate. Alright, well, that's great. Let's get out of here. Pro tip, it doesn't always put you into the queue that you want to start. I'm so good, I didn't even have to play a card. He was really just scared of my Ugin avatar. Okay, let's stop dicking around here. Let's get into an actual game. Sure. How are you doing today, Limited Sedition? Ooh, Ugin mirror match. Obviously on the play. His hand is somewhat suspect, but it's alright. If we draw like one land, we should be in pretty good shape. Oh, red. A Solemn should help with that. I'm going to do this so I can guarantee turn 3 Cultivate. That can either give us Nissa on turn 4 or Solemn if we don't draw a land. Oh, hey, what's up, man? Birthday's tomorrow, huh? Happy early birthday, in case I don't get an opportunity to tell you tomorrow. Alright, so there is that. Good Irish whiskey. What are you drinking, like Jameson or something? I think what I want to do here, I'm going to play a Solemn. Just go get an island. And if he wants to, like, trade this off or kill it or whatever, I do not care at all. Tealing. I've never even heard of that. Yeah, dude. You got it. Solemn, holding them off. Alright, so what are we going to do here? I think we're just going to Nissa, make a 3/3 for the time being. I don't think I want to play anything else. I just want to stay on the board. Okay. So what is he going to do? He's going to try and, like, eat my forest here or something. I think I'm just going to trade off Solemn and try to eat this Robber of the Rich. I don't care if any of this other crap lives a while. Embercleave, alright. Like a crad. Alright, we need Ugin this turn. That is not Ugin. Let's see. This will give us, what, 3? So we got 3, 5, 7, 8, exactly 9, 10. So we can... I think our only shot here is to growth spiral into an Ugin. Let's see, we've got 3, 5, 6, 7. All right, we can do one more growth spiral. All right, that is not it. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to get the scavenging oozes. Probably, as stupid as it sounds, we probably just have to shift into like this. And I think because we don't want to be drawing a bunch of like air, kind of need to just make a few cuts like that. Solemn is whatever. Feels kind of bad that we bricked out so hard on drawing lands that game. I guess maybe we can keep Solemn for like a couple Maze Mine tomes. I don't even know, to be honest. I guess Solemn plays better with Scavenging Ooze. And like having multiples of these is pretty redundant. Whereas like drawing a couple Solemns can at least like help us stabilize the battlefield a little bit. And I don't think you want a lot of this effect. Like being clunked on Ugin in the first like 10 cards while you're trying to get shit going and manage the board as well is not exactly what I'm looking for. Wilt can at least kill Embercleave, and if I remember correctly, it's naturalized with cycling, right? So we can also kill Anax if we need it to. His hand. Basically have to go runner on lands. If we hit that, then we should be in good shape. We have a temple. We're gonna get to see 4 cards before our 3rd turn. Alright, I'm a gambling man, whatever. Try it. I don't endorse this keep, but alright. Well, we sort of got there. Alright, so now we just need to go one more land. If I could draw like a temple off the top, that would be perfect. Hey, there we go. Ask and you shall receive. That down. I'm going to keep that, I think, because I want to have untapped 5th land for Nissa. We're probably going to play Ceratops next turn just to have like a big chonk in play. Could also Solemn to... He ignored Nissa last game though, and this time we can get Ugin down the following turn after Nissa, right? We play Fabled Passage for Forest. Untap like Island, have a blocker. Then if he kills that, 6/8, we can have exactly enough. It might be even better than like doing this right now, because it guarantees us to be able to like axe his board. Activate ability. Thank you. Attack has vigilance, so what do? If he has Embercleave here, I kind of want to force him to play it to get it into play. And I don't need this land, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. It's a breeding pool. So I'm just going to block as much damage as I can, I think. That seems pretty bad. Let's do it like this, I think, because this doesn't lose to like Rimrock Knight plus Ember Cleave or something like that. Okay.
Well, you've got one heck of a nerve.
Hey, thanks for the subscribe, man. Oh shit. Oh, you just had another Rimrock. Alright, whatever. Fair enough. Appreciate the support. Alright, whatever. That happens. That would be a match where I'd really like to have the Ari versions that I had a full set of Ether Gust. Not having Ether Gust right there felt really bad. But whatever. Let's give Jerry's list a few more tries here. I don't want to just write it off immediately, right? Being results oriented is pretty terrible. Yeah, I upload a lot of these streams onto my YouTube channel as well, Liam. So if you want to check those out, I do have some arena streams on there, but I don't stream only arena. Stream kind of a lot of stuff. So up to you what you want to do in terms of watch what's on my channel or stream or anything like that. Unknown opponent, we're just going to keep this. We're going to keep Fabled Passage. Or we're going to lead, rather, on Fabled Passage, unless we get a temple here. YouTube.com/canman87 is YouTube. I have everything down on the description for my channel below. If you just want like a direct link for it. Subscribe will not happen for a while. I need to get into affiliate status at minimum, which is 50 followers among some other metrics. So I'm a little ways away from that, but I appreciate the intention. Alright, come on. Someone first. I think, yeah, that's okay. Like I said, I appreciate you just taking the opportunity to check me out and support me as much as you can. I think I'm actually going to get this down rather than ramp right now. Which could be a mistake because we have Solemn in our hand, but, you know, whatever. Man, what's with all these freaking, like, red-based aggressive decks just, like, kicking my ass? So... Alright, well now, not playing Growth Spiral is real bad, because I can't put Solemn into play. S-Zone, what does that do? I guess that does get a couple of his things. We don't have a lot of other remove deck. Maybe we just need to find, like, an in. That's going to be way too slow. This is also going to be too slow, though. See if we... Okay, how... Well, I mean, it's not like they're terrible decks, it's just I haven't played in like a week, so I wasn't exactly expecting to have to face all this stuff. Trying to decide whether I play Cultivate or Growth Spiral here. I think we just have to play... I think we have to play Cultivate this turn. I'm gonna get 2 forests, basically because if we ever draw Nissa, I want it to be as like high powered as possible. Yeah, we're just gonna lose to this fucking Legion War boss though. Unless we draw like an Ugin immediately. Oh, yes, fucking Embercleave. Alright, whatever. I've seen enough. That was just a super awkward draw. Jesus Christ. Alright, well, we're just going to sideboard the same as we did against, oh, maybe not. It's pretty much the same as we did against, straight up mono red. I don't even hate Embercleave, like, but this deck just does not have interaction. I mean, look at what we're playing. There's literally not a single card that interacts except for Ugin. And 8 mana versus an Embercleave deck is, like, real dubious. So we're going to cut the crappy ramp spell, and we're just going to try to play a little bit more of a mid-range game. I think part of that was me mistakenly not playing Growth Spiral on turn 2 as opposed to the fucking Maze Mind Tome. Because we could not play Solemn on the turn that we wanted it to. This, at least we have a 2-drop into Uro, into potential Shifting Ceratops, so I'm just going to keep this. Like, playing non-Embercleave decks against Embercleave that have interaction, I think feels pretty good. But it's when you don't have those cards, so... Alright, I'm just gonna get this out here. I don't care right now, I just need to build a board presence. Sure. Yeah, bring it on, dude. Doing this to try and find a land. Great, grand, wonderful. At least Ugin can deal with the Seasoned Hallowblade and it doesn't care. This card is going to be annoying, though. Kidding me. Alright, so I guess we could play Growth Spiral and try to like spike a land to play either Maze Mind Tome or Scavenging Ooze. But the likelihood that it's like a temple seems pretty high. Or like it's not high, but it's a thing that could come up, and then we just like waste a mana. So I'm just gonna play earlier. Plus the life buffer is not irrelevant. Great. Attacks. Well, we're just gonna lose because we just can't draw land for some reason. Yeah, I mean, it helps. I would trade the life for a land in a heartbeat. I think what I'm going to do here is offer the trade on Containment Priest. That way next turn, if absolutely nothing else happens, I can play Scavenging Ooze and, like, threaten to eat something. Just has Embercleave again. Just always has Embercleave. Okay, I'm done with this match. Alright, Jerry. I'm not impressed with your deck so far. 0 interaction. Feels real bad. Alright. And then... fucking lands are we playing? 27? Yeah. Hell, man. Part of me always feels like I want to play like 30 lands in these decks. Just because like hitting this or this and not having actual land to put into play with them feels like incredibly bad. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let's see. I'm just going to put a blue Triome, a couple of those in here. Go up to 29 lands. I just absolutely hate missing land drops. And these we can cycle if we're like flooding out a little bit, so. And honestly, I don't like this card at all. And for the time being, I'm not expecting too much Cat Oven down here in gold at the moment. So I am going to bring all that crap out for a set of Ether Gust. And we'll adjust accordingly if we need to, but this feels a lot better to me. Damn it. You just put me on the regular play queue. Play. Standard ranked. Thank you. You would think Arena would be able to have, like, a retention of, oh, this was the last queue he played in. Let's make that the default queue until he switches it. Alright, let's go. Watch, now we're not going to get paired against anything that has red in it. Like the next 3 games. 29 lands, and I can't manage to hit 2 in my opener. There we go. This game, I'm going to keep this. It's not great, obviously, but I'm going to put back Fabled Passage, I think. And we'll see how this goes. Miscast main deck, huh? I don't know what to tell you, man. It should be good to go. If you just copy and paste the URL, you might not be able to do it like a live post or whatever you want to call it, but should be able to. He just wants to play land go. We have a card advantage so they can play, so I'm okay just doing that for the time being. He's playing Sultai. Wonder if he's got like what's it called? Casualties of War or something. Let's see here. I'm gonna make him think we might have like a red spell in the deck. What could he possibly have? I guess we should play a Blast Zone just in case. Sultai Flash, huh? Interesting. Oh, we were probably losing this game if that's the case. This deck can, like, never hope to beat a Flash deck. is not horrendous here, although we're a long ways off from casting it. Let's see. So he can't play Brazen Bar or EOT. He's probably got a Mystical Dispute, would be my guess, but I can't sit around forever and just, like, wait for that to happen. Alright, he does not. Yes, we'll just give it to him, whatever. If he wanted to counter it, that is. Cool, man. Yeah, appreciate it. Cultivate. So I think what I want to do this turn, I want to leave up enough mana to charge us up for 2 counters, so I need to leave 4 up. I know he's got to have a counter spell in there. There's like almost a 0% chance that he doesn't. So let's see if he wants to counter a Cultivate. I have 0 expectation that that's going to be the case, but you never know. Alright, so now we've got 4 up plus... Yeah, that's fine. At least Blast Zone gives us, like, an uncounterable way to interact with his board, and our life total's high enough that we don't need, like, crack it to save ourselves this turn. We just have plenty of time. What's that? Hunters. Be in the bin. I think. We have here 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. Play another Blast Zone here, just and control what's going on a little bit. He's probably got like Night Pack Ambusher. Alright, that's fine. Part of me thinks I should probably put this up to 4, just in case he does. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can play around Mystical Dispute again next turn. So, if we have to face a Night Pack Ambusher, means I'm going to want to crack it for 4 on the following turn. And we have another Blast Zone if it, like, absolutely comes down to that. And if he counters in this turn, we could just cast Burrow. Maybe not. I thought we had 1 extra. There's no way this is resolving, but... Unless he thinks we're just gonna screw up. Alright, well. Not gonna screw up. Okay. How the hell did that happen? Are you kidding me? Okay, well, we've got a lot of freaking good sideboard cards for this matchup. Shifting Ceratops, Dispute. Both seem really good. Um, I'm just gonna get rid of this card. This card's so stupid. If we spend turn 2 playing that and he just bounces it, he just freaking time walks us. That seems fine. We still have 12 ramp cards. We've got our Maze Mind Tome for some card advantage, a couple counter spells, plus an uncounterable threat. There's a small argument to bring in Negate, but if he's playing Miscast and he has that in the main deck, I don't really want to fight that fight too much. I just want to be able to like spike a like a Brazen Borrower or Nightpack Ambusher or something. He's got to have that card in his deck. There's like almost no reason to be in green for Flash otherwise. Somewhat awkward. We're on the play, or on the draw rather. Yeah, let's live a little. Like to find a land here, preferably not a Temple of Mystery, or I guess that works. That'll allow us to get Cultivate on turn 3. I have a feeling we're not going to get a lot of opportunity to use Mystical Dispute, so I'm just going to cash it in there. You bricked on land. I like that. Let us get a forest here. I don't think we're going to need double blue. And here, I'm just going to Blast Zone Growth Spiral. And if he wants to counter that, then next turn we'll spike a Cultivate. And I guess I should do this now. There's no reason to let him just get a Growth Spiral for free. I don't need a third Cultivate. Wow, he's just continuing to brick, huh? If I play Cultivate here, I feel like he might not want to counter it. That's what I'm going to do. Should have not let Auto Tapper do its thing. That's stupid. He might be feeling the same way. Yeah, just has to counter it because he has no other choice. Yeah, so like try and keep us off mana or whatever. Well, lands again. Let's see if we can rattle off another counterspell out of his hand. No dice. That can go play. See if he has a Mystical Dispute. He may or may not. Doesn't matter. Oh, we're gonna get to pound the Shifting Ceratops into play next turn. Hell yeah. We can do Shifting Ceratops plus Uro. Yeah. Ceratops is gonna hold that guy off pretty nice. Let's check this out, dude. Okay. Great. Oh, my hand of 5 counter spells can't counter that thing. Okay, so let's see. I think I'm willing to give Jerry's deck one more spin here before I try Ari's list. Want to change anything about the board? Winner! Excuse me. Winner! don't think so. I mean, usually I have this number the other way around, like 3 disputes, 2 negates. And you know what? I'm just gonna make that swap. I just like Mystical Dispute. The card is so damn good. Right. Won't immediately jump to okay. Alright, I don't know what the hell happened, but I hadn't added you on as a friend, Liam, on my Facebook, so I went ahead and just did that now. Or accepted your request, I should say. This hand is hella slow. Holy shit. But whatever. Untapped land, please. This is not untapped land. If that Wolf Willow Haven were a Growth Spiral, I would keep it. It's not. So I won't. Able Passage. Alright, Triumph. We'll make him think we're like Teamer Wreck or something and play Ketria Triumph. Oh, he has Growth Spiral? That feels bad. Wait, it's another Sultai list? What the hell is going on here? Let's just take the opportunity and get Cultivate. Take a couple of forts. Doesn't matter. Sounds good, dude. I been streaming like 4 days a week, in varying amounts. It's not always like a long stream or anything like that. All right, well, just getting this into play, I guess. Seems like the call. And next turn we can Ugin. Just about wrap this one up. Yeah, especially if he bricks on land. Alright. Alright, so what do we do here? I think... on the play, or on the draw rather, I want a few counter spells. There's an argument for Gust over Negate, but I'm like super scared of Ugin. Because that's just like game over. Whoever lands Ugin just like wins. So I'm going to bring in a pair of counter spells. If we could snap off a Mystical Dispute on like a Growth Spiral or an Uro or something like that, then I'm not opposed to taking that line, especially being on the draw. And then we can have a couple things to protect us from like Nissa or Ugin, or the truly scary cards. Not really worried about like Uro coming back, because we have our own Uros to check it, plus Ugin to exile it. Plus, the Crassus can get huge, so I'm not worried about that. Maze Mind Tome just feels like you're not going to have enough time for that. I guess we could theoretically Maze Mind Tome out for the 2 Scavenging Ooze. That might be better. Just to like keep Uro under control. Yeah, I do play retro games quite a bit. I have a lot of... I'm actually going to make that change, I think. I have a lot of streams recorded and uploaded onto my YouTube of that kind of stuff. A lot of hard games, too. So if that's your speed, then definitely check it out. Alright, well this card has no ramp, but it does have 2 of our sideboard cards, so I guess we're like priced into keeping it. If we draw a Growth Spiral off the top, that'll be awesome. Still live to do it. I don't think I want that right now. Yeah, of course he does. see, what can you play on 4 mana? You can play Solemn. I don't really care about that. Might play like Tameo, but I can eat whatever Tameo is trying to do. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of Renegade X. Basically because that's like right in the sweet spot of what I'm looking to do, which is find a game that doesn't have like a wide audience, but also has enough of an audience that there's some demand for it. Yeah, dude, cultivate all you want. There's enough audience for it, but it's not wide enough to have a ton of people streaming it. And Renegade X is like fit like a glove in that capacity. Yeah, you can have that, dude. Look how smart our Scavenging Ooze decision is now. I'm gonna do this now while I can. Looks to me like he's just a little flooded. Got a swamp in hand. Nothing else going on. Let's just get Growth Spiral out. Darkest Dungeon. I've heard of that one, I believe. I don't know that I've ever played it. I'll have to check into that one. I think I'm actually going to want this Triome. I'm just going to play that this turn. We're only on 6 lands. I don't want to cycle it. And it comes into play tap, so this seems like as good a turn as any to get it into play. Casualties. I guess I gotta try. Definitely do not want him getting that back. Essa, or, what's her name? Tameo or something. Gothic horror with a Lovecraftian bent, but super RNG focused. RNG can be a good thing. Alright, what am I doing here? I think this turn... He didn't have a counterspell for the marsh casualties. I feel like he would want that to resolve. Counter it if he did. 3, 4, 8, 9. So, I mean, I can't really do anything about again anyway. Let's just see if we can get this Nissa down. Sweet. Smash. Cross our fingers that he doesn't have Ugin. If he does, he has to make the choice. Okay. So he can get both of our permanents, but then he's going to lose his Ugin as our island sticks around. And I think... Let's see... Any creatures? He doesn't have any creatures. I'm trying to think if we should tap out for like a 3/3 Crassus here, but that sounds pretty muddy. Then again, I guess we could do a 4/4 and draw a couple cards. That's probably fine. Oh, god damn it. Alright, well I'm not going to play the, fuck, that was stupid. It didn't auto... Or I only put it up to 2, I thought it was going up to 4, 2 at a time. No big deal. This way he might think we have another counterspell. Yeah, that's balls. We do have this blast zone at least. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we draw a land, we can... If we don't draw that land, we can... Son of a bitch, we should have played Wolf with Haven last turn. Alright, so we're gonna play Temple, obviously. I'm just trying to think of whether or not I should play this Growth Spiral first. I think we're gonna have to set up this Blast Zone to potentially eat things. So I don't want to play this Wolf Willow Haven into Blast Zone. So I'm going to set up Blast Zone for one more counter. And then Growth Spiral. That's going to be my turn. Not going to attack here. Okay. Live with that. Wow, he's not going to make a land. Lux. That had to have been a misclick, right? Wait. Seven. We're not totally boned here. We're only mostly boned. Alright, so let's see. Gun's going to resolve, so I don't need to worry about putting it for 2. But I do need to try and get this up potentially to the point where it can kill an Ugin. It's a Logitech of some variety. I don't know offhand. I have a way to find out. In fact, actually, it's in the description below. I have my PC specs laid out there. So it is... I'd have to go back and double check. So we're gonna lose it to this Ugin regardless. It doesn't matter. Nothing I can do about that. I just have to hope that we can like overcome somehow. I mean, I don't think we're winning this game, but you're good, man. I don't expect you to know that like everything is there. All right, well, let's just move on. This game's over. Yeah, you can see why I was scared about Ugin. It just like it's impossible to assail if you don't have like an active Nissa or something like that. I don't think we change anything. Like maybe one of these out for the last dispute. Maybe take one of these out for Gust. Maybe a pair. Burrow. Burrow just like really only need to see one, maybe 2 of those in any given game. Doesn't really provide reliable ramp unless you're just like on a land heavy draw anyway. I'd rather have Cultivate because it guarantees us ramp and an additional land to play next turn if it resolves. So I'd rather take the guaranteed thing over the variable. It's odd to say versus this card. I mean, this card's fucking ridiculous. But I just like the consistency of Cultivate. Christ. Oh, we have a couple temples, I guess. We might be able to dig into something. Whatever. I don't like this hand, but... So I don't think we need another land. We need interaction or... ramp at this point. Growth spiral. It's not a growth spiral. You don't need another payoff card, I don't. Yeah, we've got enough blue sources with all our breeding pools. This will guarantee us pain-free Nissa on the following turn. We played Island for the turn, so Nissa's going to resolve. Alright, well, we got Nissa into play first. That's always a good sign. Okay. Cannot play his own Nissa. That's good for us. Or we can go for Ugin. What's the worst that happens? We play Ugin and he counters it and plays his own. 6/7. He could also play Marsh Casualties, but then he can't get both our Planeswalkers. I don't see a downside, so we're gonna go for it. 3 upstairs. Animated Temple of Mystery. Care if that dies. Okay. So the best thing he can do is kill our Nissa right now. That is not that great. Eat here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I guess we can play Breeding Pool. We can make Hydroid Krasis for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, or 8. Or do we just tap out and make it as big as possible? He's going to be able to kill it either way. Like, whatever. To... Not that. Learn how to play Magic correctly first. That's what you should do. Is learn how to do that. But I actually do want to attack with this thing. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So we can make it 4. X equals 7. So now he like has to plus on the Ugin just to keep us off it, unless he has like Marsh Casualties or something, which it kind of feels like he does. If he's making that play. Oh, he has another Ugin. Alright. Okay. Alright, so I think the play here... 2, 4, 6, 8... We could try to minus the Ugin and hit another Ugin. The question is, do we want to play Hydroid Krasis first? I think the answer is yes, because we want to absolutely maximize our chances of being able to do that. 2, 4, 6, 8. Plus, I've never actually activated that ability. On Arena, anyway. So let's just see what we can do here. Wait. What are we doing? Let's just go do that. Alright, so we need to add mana first. So green, blue, blue, blue. So we're gonna make a million mana, activate Ugin, go find another Ugin, a Nissa, and whatever else. Uro, I guess. That's a pretty good combo. Double ult on one turn. Yeah, so what do? We go grab all of the forests out of our deck. Play our Hydroid Krasis for X equals 7 again. Draw 3 cards and activate Ugin to draw 7 more cards, put some shit into play. So yeah, it was going to be pretty wild. Scoop. Alright, so that ended up working out pretty well. Pack. Did get a pack. I think I've pretty much opened the majority of everything that's in this set, except a couple of the mythics, like Mangara. I opened somewhere in the ballpark of like 200 packs for this set, so don't really need to craft a lot. Alright, let's see. Let's switch over to the Ari list. I'm gonna give this a shot, I think. See how we like Cavalier over, like Cavalier and Beanstalk over the other lists things. How many lands are we playing here? 27 again. I'm gonna cut this stupid thing and put in Island, I guess. Alright, so we're now on 28 lands, which I like a lot better when we've got a bunch of stuff that says, hey, have a land in your hand to put into play. We've actually got more in this deck by 2 cards. So we've got that. This card seems real stupid to me in this deck, like without some sort of mutate approach, but give it a shot. I don't like these mass manipulations, but we'll give them a fair shake. And I like Mystical Dispute, so we're going to do that over a couple of those. Let's go 2 and 2 is fine. Yeah, I mean, it's just more Simic ramp. I think what I'm going to do is play these 2 decks and have like the first half of the stream basically just be like Simic ramp the stream, and we can get into the finer details later in terms of whether I want to split that into multiple uploads for YouTube. But then I might switch it out to, I've got a few other things I want to try tonight. I've got an updated build of Phoenix that I want to give a shot. Like this card paired with like See the Truth and basically any other instant speed thing is so stupid. It's like draw 3 cards, draw a 4th card, kill something, like draw more cards, or whatever the case might be. We have a little bit more removal on the board to play along Alley, but that seems so gross to me. I also have this Izzet Prowess deck that I wanted to try out. I think this Stormwing Entity card is pretty damn good, especially when you're pairing it with all these 1-mana spells. Light up the stage even. You can, get in with your Arcanist and Spite Dragons or whatever, play this post-combat, and then put a 3 to play for 2 mana. So, yeah, I think I'm more apt to want to try the Phoenix deck. So, we're going to do this. I'm actually going to go take a leak real quick, and then we'll move on to Ari's list and see what we can do. Yeah, give me just a minute or two, and I will be right back with you. Alright, here we go. See what Ari's list can do. Ari's modified list. I don't very often like to take lists just straight off the cutting room, whatever. I like to make my own adjustments. I gave Jerry the benefit of the doubt because he's one of my favorite content producers and has been for the better part of 10 years. But in playing the deck a little bit, I had to make some adjustments because I was not satisfied. Normally I have some music going during these streams. Just like music that I want to listen to, not like royalty-free type streams or whatever. I couldn't upload last week's uh, matches because I got a copyright claim on one of them. Again, here we are with a slow hand that needs to find a third land. We're on the draw with a temple. I guess we have to keep. Which the copyright claim is not that big of a deal, but saying, oh, I just don't want to have to deal with it because like I can request that they actually I'll lead passage first in case we draw like growth spiral. I just don't want to deal with all that crap, so I'm just trying it naked tonight, as it were. He's playing the Joel Rail deck. Okay. See how that goes, I guess. This is probably not a good matchup for us. Spiral? Or cultivates. Isn't the joke that this deck like almost always has growth spiral on turn 2? What the hell? Where's my growth spirals? And for that matter, where the hell is my Arboreal Grazer? I've got 7 ramp spells to play before turn 2. And all I can find are 5 of my 8. Oh well, whatever. Alright, so here comes the 2-2 as well. That's a pretty cool combo, actually. I might have to explore that. It's a hell of a cat token. There you are. Are you fucking kidding me? Alright, well, it's cultivate time. Let's get one of each. Yeah, dude, come on. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, I could dispute it, I guess, especially because the company that, like, filed the claim. Yeah, we're probably just dead here. Is like kind of a notoriously shady company. But I mean, it's whatever. Unless if my channel were like big, then I would care, but it's not. So it's not worth my effort. Honestly, what I might do is just cut out that particular match, re-upload it. It's only one song. I played like almost 3 hours worth of music, but it was only one song. Yeah, we can't beat that. Because this guy showed up way too late. Alright, so in this situation, I don't want this dork. I do want these. I want all of them. I guess we're supposed to bring this in, but maybe not. That seems like super slow. And I'd rather get the guaranteed card advantage of 2 lands versus the potential card advantage of land plus 7/7 or. In fact, I might even just want a pair of those. Yeah, because this stops all the like scariest stuff that his deck can do. Dispute might be able to do that, but sometimes the difference between 3 mana and 2 mana is big, and all of the stuff, all of his payoff cards are not blue, so this is going to cost 3. You might have Crassus, but Mystical Disputing a Crassus is only winning half the battle. So we'll give this a shot. I'm not saying that my sideboard plans are like unbeatable or like ideal. I'm really just kind of winging it right now. So take my choices with a grain of salt. At least now we know the Sloth is in the sideboard. Don't have to get mad at him for not showing up. So have you been playing Arena at all lately, Liam? Alright, let's see if we can have a better outcome. Yes, so I'd like to play first. This hand is considerably better. We're going to Temple for Growth Spiral on the following turn into Triome. Try to set up for turn 4 Nissa if possible. What have you been playing? I will keep. Alright, excellent. So I'm going to do this now because I do not want this to get mystically disputed. I'm gonna make a note of that and I'll add you a little. Joel Rail. We can hit a land off of this Uro. I will be deliriously happy. Nice, so we can spike Nissa next turn. Mostly limited, but poorly, huh? Yeah. It is what it is, man. What do you think of... Have you been drafting the new core set, then? I would assume that's the case. Alright, so... He plays his own Nissa next turn. A Yorian, huh? Didn't even notice that earlier. He plays his own Nissa next turn. I think I'm okay with that. Then I can just Ugin to eat everything. Okay. He's like a million miles away from being able to cast Uro. Nice. Okay. I think what I'm going to do this next turn, especially if he doesn't play an untap land, is just get Ugin into play, eat his entire board, smack him for 6, say go. Sweet. By 6. So he does not have Marsh Casualties access unless he has a black source in his hand, which seems unlikely. So what are we doing? We... Not doing well, huh? That's unfortunate. Just go ahead and do this now, I guess. Alright, then we can post-combat play a Cavalier Thorns. See, we'll get Vantress. Alright, so this is probably good enough to win. Well, this is probably good enough to win, he says, as his board is that versus his opponent's nothing. Does he have marsh casualties and he's just like considering what he should kill? See that, I guess. But I mean, what does he do? He kills my Cavalier Thorns. I think I just take like Ether Gust just to make sure he can't play like another one or something. Okay, that was fine. I don't think I want to change anything. I think our whole game plan just has to be almost ramp as hard as possible. I mean, we're not playing Beanstalk Giant full-on ramp. Could be playing that over like Cavalier, I guess. If we really wanted to go hard in the paint. But I don't like that because it's like just so much air, and this is like a good enough threat on its own. Just gives us redundancy on the 5-drop payoff cards. Just keep it. As he says with meme business. Meme business is best business, don't you know? This hand really needs lands, but keep it. There you go. Please don't have Joel Rail on turn 2. Nice. Alright, and similar to last game, I do not want this to get mystically disputed. If that is what my opponent is holding in his hand, keep that. I don't mind having an Uro alongside this other ramp stuff, because we're going to have a lot of lands to put into play. Okay. So I'm going to cultivate into... I guess I can't cultivate into Spiral, but... Let's see. The only way that I can conceivably do it is to Uro. But I don't think I want to do that this turn, because he might have Nissa this turn. I think what I'm going to do is just play... I'll play this untapped so we can double spell if we need to. Sweet. Guess we're gonna play Cultivate and hold up these again next turn. Or we can play that. That seems better to me, and then we can hold up, negate, and eat just. think I'm going to send here. He wants to trade his Joel Rail for breeding pool. Might be okay with that. We can also just like spend our Ether Gust here. Which, if it's going to die anyway, might as well. And just cross our fingers that, again, he doesn't have, like, Nissa or something this turn. Even if he does, we're going to get Ugin down. And that's just going to be it. I don't mind using Ether Gust as a combat trick there. Sometimes you just got to do it, you know. He's just gonna put Yorion into his hand. Okay. Alright, so do we just get Ugin down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. He could have a counter spell. I think I just want to do both. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yes, we can. So one way or the other, we can get Ugin to play. Might be able to attack. So let's do this. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Ugin. There's nothing. Cool. Hold 2, here we come. Alright, well. I can't say that felt like any better or worse than Jerry list. We have a Flame Doggo now. Do I like Flame Doggo better than I like Owl? I think so. I like that. My whole plan right now, actually, is to get the... There's like... Actually, I do want to... There is... Where is he? This guy. This is the one I want. The Bolt Hound. That's cool. And I like the Owl because you can, like, you know, play a couple different variants of it. But dogs are cooler than owls, I think. Alright, well, if you know me, you shouldn't be surprised to see this. Question is, what do we do next? Massacre Worm? I like how Liliana isn't the, I guess Liliana was part of the, like, reorder bundle stuff. I would like to get a cool Massacre Worm. None of this other crap looks that good to me. So yeah, let's make our way down black. Alright, open back here, get some more gems. Great, wonderful. Oh, well, yeah, that wasn't meant to be. Nice. Alright. Okay, so let's just reevaluate real quick. You'll find that I often will come back to the deck after a match just to like see if I want to adjust stuff. I don't wait at all. I don't play a list for 5 hours or whatever and then evaluate then. I just tweak and tune as I go. Let's see. I really don't like Grazer in this list. I mean, we have a lot of 3s that we're trying to hit. Like Beanstalk and I wonder if this should just be something else entirely. Like, maybe Solemn just isn't good enough for these green ramp decks because you already have Cultivate and Growth Spiral and Uro. Like, you don't need the redundancy. Maybe having something more impactful would be better in this slot. I don't know. I don't know the card pool well enough offhand to be able to tell. All right, let's do one more match as is, and then we'll switch over to some Phoenix. Do some Phoenix for you. Liam. I do like Phoenix too, so don't get that twisted. I mean, I guess we're on the... I don't love it, but I don't really hate it. Are these gingerbread decks, huh? Oh, is this like a Winota deck? God, we're gonna get wrecked. That's a start. This is like one of the matchups where having Arboreal Grazer really helps because we need to absolutely get on the field ASAP. In fact, we're gonna have Nissa next turn and then Ugin. So we're gonna have potentially we might have Ugin down before Winota even shows up. Alright, I guess we're blocking Gingerbread. Yep. That's better than Raise the Alarm or whatever else, so he's got 2 humans right now. If this is a Winota deck, we should be in pretty good shape. Alright, not going to attack here because I don't really like giving up a land to a random card in his hand. Alright, great. He didn't know we had Ugin, but he feared the Ugin. Either that or he bricked on his 4th land for Winota. That would be my guess. None of our cards like do anything here. I guess we could take out like Beanstalk's Shifting Ceratops, just so we have like a middle of the road thing we can play. Something like that. I do want to keep these in this matchup because, like I said, we do need to get rampant ASAP. The fact that we had this guy on turn 1, I think, probably ended up being pretty critical. That animation, that's kind of interesting. Oh, it's probably because these are like the extended arts or whatever. Okay. This could be wrong. This might just be a card we have to have in there, but got enough fat. We don't need to have like an inefficient flyer as part of that. If we ever get to Ugin, this game should be over. This match, rather. Yeah, I like it. Sir. Versus a great draw. This guy did not matter at all last game. He did 3 points of damage and then the game ended before he used cards. So he play Breeding Pool this turn. This will be nice to have Ceratops for. Yeah, it'll take a little bit of a pounding here, but that's alright. Spiral into Ugin, very nice. That's what I want. Ceratops here, no attacks. Wish you could give this thing Vigilance. Although, I've played more against this card than I played with it, so I'm actually happy you can't give it Vigilance. Does he have here, like, Cleave? Okay, doing this, I think. Yep. 5, 6. Really need to draw. Oh, we might just be dead now. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not going to be enough. I don't think if we have any potential way to get out of this. I don't think so, but we might as well play on, you know. 6, 7. You really needed to hit one more ramp spell this game. Let's move on. No point in playing that far behind. Alright, so he's got enough red stuff. But I think I might want a few copies of Ethergust. On the play, anyway. And they want like 2, maybe. I just want to draw like 1. And I really want to cut a 5-drop. Maybe it's just right to cut one of these. On the play, though. Got 28 land. So I considered cutting land for about a half a second. I think maybe we just have to kind of assume, same as we did in the one of the previous matches, where we don't need Ugin necessarily. I think we just have like enough chonky dudes to get into play. Then maybe that's just good enough. And then, like, if we ever get an Ugin down, this could be totally wrong. I mean, let's see. I usually don't like slowing down my deck's linear game plan. Or on the play. But this might just be one of those situations where we have to. I don't like this hand, but all we need is 1 land, and we have 26 to draw. So, over half of our library is lands at this point. Or just about half of our library. And there's a chance that we mulligan and we get a very similar hand. Alright, there we go. So I don't want to take that opportunity. Or that risk, rather. Got it. Just pass the turn. Forest here again, obviously. Because of that girl. 2 more forests. Yep. Well, our Ether Ghosts are going to look real dumb this game. Okay. Well, that is, I suppose. Rick's on his 3rd land and then has to face down Anissa into a likely follow-up play. Yeah, I can understand why you not want to play that match anymore. Alright, let's switch it up. Let's do a little bit of Phoenix time. Take a moment here and contemplate our list and see if there's any I just don't like on the face of it. Actually, I need to restroom again. Sorry, dudes, however many people are watching me. I will be right back. Alright, let's get our Phoenix on. I think this is fine. I don't have any issues with what's going on here. The Royal Scions is my own personal touch for this. I've always liked this card in Phoenix decks. They just kind of do everything I want it to do. The plus ability is sort of whatever in this deck, but sometimes your Sprite Dragons get really big. Sometimes you just need to get some trample to either of your 4-drop creatures. And the ultimate is obviously really strong if you ever get there. So it's not a bad card, in my opinion. It's obviously not seen a shitload of play, but let's give it the old college try. See what happens. Gotta shift mindsets now from ramp to more of an aggro combo deck that draws a lot of cards too. On the This hand is pretty slow, but I guess we can keep it. Got enough ways to draw cards, I just need to find some action. Oh, he's got the little Jace doll, that's hilarious. It's now. It's tough. I think I want to play and crack Fabled Passage before I cast Opt. Like, I lose a little bit of equity on the Temple Scry, because now there's a chance we just draw the card that we push to the bottom, but it's whatever. Sometimes you just have to sequence the way your lands allow you to. I'm going to keep that, I believe, and now we can basically like shove anything else that we land-wise. I'm going to play Sprite Dragon Opt this turn. Possibility. Okay, we just need to find some phoenixes now. Phoenices, however you want to call it. Fair enough. Now we can just start ticking up the scions here. Already got our 4th land rolled up. There's a chance we might need both of those Thrill of Possibility if we start like drawing a bunch of Phoenix. Regisaur. That is going to be a problem, especially when we draw our 4th goddamn copy of Rotting Thrill of Possibility. Get out of here, Thrill of Possibility. So, let's see, next turn can get Phoenix into play. Draw Opt. That's like the only way we can get Phoenix into play this turn. I'm going to discard See the Truth because we're going to cast that off of Finale of Promise next turn. That plus Opt. Yeah. Then we can EOT this to get Phoenix into play. Or into our bin. Or we can cast like Frantic Inventory or something. Alright, point is we're going to lose our Royal Scions here. That's fine. I wasn't expecting main deck Rotting Regisaur. This is kind of odd. But that's whatever. It buys us plenty of time to do our thing. Okay. I don't think we're winning this one, boys. I'm not gonna lie. He's got roughly 75,000 power in play right now. Stonecoil Serpent on top of that. I can just kill that. I don't think there's any future that resolves, or that gets us back to a point where we can win this game if he has all that shit into play. Alright, so what are we looking to do here now? It's about... Can do. You know what? Fuck, I was supposed to discard this thing. Whatever. I'm gonna do this. This is like probably the real way at doing anything this game. Going to try and pick off this Bone Crusher Giant, although I don't anticipate that working very well. You know what, we can't beat all this fat. He's just got too much fat. Alright, what do we bring in? I really wish I had Lava Coil this matchup. Bitch. Alright, well, let's just bring in a couple Blitz. Just like Reunion. And a Spray Dragon. Alleys. Might be over. Let's do that. Well, we played, what, 2 cards that were green that entire game? Guess. Spells. Alright, well, let's try it like that. This might just be a horrendously awful matchup. Giant monsters for cheap, like Rotting Regisaur into Questing Beast is... Whew, that's going to be hard to contain. It's not very... We have a couple temples to dig. I do not need another temple, thank you, deck. Why is it that I never see Pelt Collector in game 1 of these, like, style of decks? Like, literally, I never see this card game 1. God. Now, you can just about chalk this one up with that goddamn Scavenging Ooze. And the fact that we've drawn 2 lands already. Not blocking. Cool. That was a great match. I cannot beat this deck in a million years, probably. Alright, let's try again. Actually, you know what? Let's go in here. I don't like this card. And I don't like being results oriented, but I do want to have a couple other answers to, like, bigger things. Sometimes you just need a Lava Coil, so Lava Coil is not great. But losing games of Magic is even worse, so let's do less of that. More of the same. Make him think we're like mono red or something. Oh, Teamer Wreck. What are the chances he has, like, Stomp? Let's go with very little. This is going to allow us to have our, like, most damage output. We can find, like, another... Finale's okay, I guess. Is he possibly going to have... think if I should like throw the shock to the face or not, so I can get a little damage in. Now if he has it, then we can just like get him, you know? I do like that card. Okay, so I'm going to play land here. I'm going to lead with See the Truth because it is a sorcery. And if he has like Bone Crusher or something, that we can respond with Thrill of Possibility. But he does not, so... Let's go in the bottom of the library. Take Tori. Alright, so next turn I'm going to hope that this doesn't kill me. It might just be a big old ramp spell. I've seen plenty of that with Genesis Ultimatum. It could also be that. Okay. Let's see. I think we're just gonna have to set up for a big crackling. Actually. Let's see, so if we play Finale... Play Finale next turn, then I think Sprite Dragon gets big enough to where he's not going to be able to block it. If that's really like the path we want to go down. And we can get Phoenix back next turn if we need to like block. Let's do that. Let's Phoenix, or let's Finale rather. And just get like a lot of resolve Frantic Inventory first. Alright, what does he get back? Just another Cavalier. Alright, with that, we can kill that one. We can actually play Royal Scions and kill it, and get another Arclight Phoenix back. Arclight Phoenix and... Frantic Inventory. Alright. Play another Cavalier here. Terror of the Peaks, huh? Interesting. No Cavalier, like a 3 Cavalier party, huh? Got all 3 of those Cavaliers into play on this turn, god damn. Alright, what are we doing here? Make this 10 power. Got 18 to block. See, so if I play Royal Scions, use the minus. The second plus, rather. We can make it a 10 power, attack, block, so we can just, like, blow them out in combat, I guess. So each one of these is plus 3 damage to a Cavalier, so we can make it 2, 3, 10, 12, plus 6 damage. Can't kill us on the crackback unless he has Omnath. Yeah, let's do it like this. Just send the whole squad. He's gonna put everything in front, huh? So you have to get back Omnath. Error. Error doesn't scare me, ironically. Alright, so he's got 18 power, so we need to put 1 shock on each of these, I think. I guess it doesn't really matter. Alright, so he's only going to be able to get 1 card back. Care of the Peaks, okay. So he does have, like, kind of a combo there with Genesis Ultimatum. Like, lands Terror of the Peaks and, like, some of this other stuff and just, like, combos you out, I guess. Potentially. Okay. He's going face, huh? Guess he's got 9 mana, so he can bring it back. Oh shit, yeah, alright, we're dead. Alright, well these post-board games should be a lot different, because we have these, and these. Might even be better to bring in Ether Gust. I think Ether Gust is probably better. Scions, take out Crackling Drake's probably too slow. Arctic Reunion and I guess we don't have a lot of discard outlets that way. Maybe we keep Arctic Reunion, bitch, like. This is tough, actually. Like, now we're just relying on Sprite Dragon and Arclight Phoenix to win us the game. 1 shock and a... maybe? Alright, we'll try that. We'll see how this goes. Not gonna lie, I don't feel real optimistic about our chances here, but you never know. Now that we have some counter magic in our deck, be able to make something work. Not in love with this hand, but it does have kind of everything we're looking for, except for that. Watch, we're gonna draw Phoenix now. How did I know? It's alright, if we draw 4th land, we can just slam Phoenix. You don't always have to combo this thing into play. On land. Why couldn't we have had those when we had the Cathartic Reunion? The hell, man. I guess it's alright. If we hit a land, then we can Finale a Promise and hit Shock, Cathartic Reunion, and get both of our Phoenix into play. We'll take the slightly risky gamble here. Plus, it's not like he's got like anything going on at the moment. We're not like super pressured to have to make that play next turn. And all right, good enough. There are only 2 Finale of Promise, so I got to keep that in mind. Long here. Okay, I guess it's got some stuff. Got 2 of our sideboard cards, so I'll be able to keep it, I guess. I'm going to lead with Temple here. I don't really want to cast Opt at the moment. Opt is like one of those nice cards to have when you're trying to like go off. Yes, yeah. Some payoffs here. Lands are not it. Yes. Alright, so we might have to end up Ether Gusting this Cavalier back and then disputing it on the following turn. I just have to do that. Let's see, so I don't really want to play Finale of Promise right here, but we might have to just take one turn to like disrupt what's going on here and get like See the Truth plus Ether Gust. And we want auto Is Ether Gust? Are you kidding me? Nothing I can do here. Way too far behind. Don't have any Phoenix going on at the moment. No hope for it to happen. Alright. What is going on with this list? Why are we having so much trouble? There's just like no answers to anything that's in play that isn't a very small creature. Alright, well, we'll see. If we ever get paired against a ramp deck that doesn't have, like, Cavalier of Thorns in play, might be alright. But as it is, that guy just had a giant blocker for every single one of our threats. Alright, on the play. No, not on the play. I'm gonna keep it. This is a little risky, but yeah. Zagoth. Yorion deck with Zagoth Trio. Okay. Want that. Snap this off immediately. But, so we kind of have to keep this, don't we? Makes all of our discard, like, loot, rummaging effects a lot better. You can manage to draw any of them. Why is this Uro sound effect not playing? What the hell? Got literal nothing going on. I guess he has Zagoth Triome just for a Simic land that can cycle. Or maybe he's splashing for Kaya. Looks like the band control list that PV was talking about. Probably. Be my assumption. Which means we probably need to wait until 5 mana to play this Phoenix so we can shock it if he has Elspeth Conquers Death. Which feels insanely bad. Guess it's not quite over yet. Alright, enough land. Stop with the land already. Barry just like balls, like, or like Finale promises balls with that card in play. If Phoenix dies here, I'm conceding. Cannot possibly ever beat that combination. I just don't like this card against a deck that's likely going to have Mystical Dispute and Elspeth Conquers Death. Try it like this. Got actual black in the deck. That's interesting. And again, I'm going to do this now so that we don't get mystically disputed. It's always a concern of mine. Might have Barry next turn. This is my punishment for not playing Teferi decks, by the way. Coming back to haunt me. And I'll let that resolve either. I think we have to leave Opt because we're probably going to need to play it with 2 mana cost spells on 5. See the truth this turn. Phoenix. What the hell is this guy's deck? He has like no green now. This is the same guy, right? Keep it, I guess. If he plays a Narset here, I'm gonna scream. There's some green. Is he more of like an Esper deck? Is that what's going on here? Shark token. Huh. Alright, and that only comes back at the beginning of combat, so let's not do quite yet. Might need that again. I think we just have to try and kill this Teferi. Oh, it exiles him too? Right, yeah, that's... We can't win this game. Alright, this deck sucks. Don't play Phoenix in this format. It's like impossible to get it to work, and there's way too much hate for it. Alright, let's see. I think we even dropped a rank right there. We did. Alright, let's just go back to playing ramp decks. And I kind of want to play in ramp here, because I just love having Teferi. But we might have to come back and reconstruct this a little. Solemn has been not quite as good as I was hoping it would be. Let's dump a Solemn for 8. Cultivate's always good. I don't want this Ugin. This Ugin has felt pretty stupid. Reign of Revelation is not that great. I think if we're playing this card, we might as well just play like Hydroid Crassus. Spell here. Hydroids, and let's just play the... These are just like the best Simic cards all around. Plus we get the power to Fairy, Elspeth Conquers Death to like be able to knock out Ugin more easily and things of that nature. Solemn is kind of whatever. Might be a card that's better for it. I again need to use the restroom, so give me just a minute. I will be right. Okay, and we're back. So yeah, I'm gonna play this list. I made a very slight change. I took out the two, um, whatever the hell they were, the destructible and hexproof heroic intervention. That's type heroic invention. I took the two copies of those that were in the sideboard out for a couple of scavenging oozes. I just think that card's probably more right now. This is not that important. There's not a lot of wraths being played at the moment. And even if they are, they don't kill our most important threats. And then we took out the Reign of Revelations for Hydroid Krasis. That card is just much better. Reign of Revelations better in like the mid game, but this card can just come out and be a body, pressure planeswalkers, and also just draws way more cards in the late game. So those are the only real changes I made. Probably don't need Dream Trawler in the sideboard, but I just like that card, and we're playing Bant, so whatever. We are going to play with it. We're going to not play Phoenix, because that deck is absolute trash. Sorry, Liam. I'm sure my build is not ideal either. There's possibly a build that might be better. Well, not possibly. I'm sure there's a build that's better. It's possible that we'll find it at some point. Not tonight. Tonight we are going to just do this. This seems fun. Keep it. Okay. Honestly, I should have led with being Pool here, not Temple of Plenty. I didn't want to take 4 damage to play. I guess I wouldn't have to. Whatever. Don't mind me. Got it. Solemn's a good pickup here. Solemn will let us protect our board a bit. I've got double blue, white. I think I just want a forest in case we draw Nissa. It's fine, I will draw a card. I'm just gonna bounce Runaway Steamkin here. Just kidding. Can't have Embercleave next turn unless he has Fervent Champion and Mountain Castle. Fervent Champion and Land, we'll say. So let's do this. We're gonna animate Temple because it doesn't produce 2 mana. And don't care if it dies as much. And we don't want to compromise a white source either because we might draw... oh, now it doesn't matter. Really. Six, 8, attack. Nice. He's not going to be able to cast that to Fairy anytime soon. Even if he does, I don't care. -2. It's not 3, 2. And that's the whole game. Like I said, at the very start of the stream, this card, real good right now. This ever gets into play, there's a very high chance you just win that game against most decks. Okay, so against mono red. I want Elspeth Conquers Death. I think I do want Ulsamir and probably Scavenging Ooze. Although it might be right to sideboard Shatter instead. This bites it to like Bone Crusher Giant. I would like. This puts 2 bodies into play, kills something, gains 3 life. This gives us a billion mana to go into Ugin. Ugin just ices the game most of the time. Teferi can protect us from Embercleave. Got incidental life gain here. Could see... this could be a Dream Trawler matchup. Nissa. But no, then we just have like way too much fat. Like, Ugin isn't always going to be great. I want to do that. I have like I think I could realistically cast in like a game where I only draw like 1 ramp spell or something. Let's try this, I think. I think this looks better. Could also side out Teferi. Teferi's not great in this matchup. But it can buy us time, distract him, you know, all this kind of stuff. Again, it keeps Embercleave from out of control. I'm okay with this because we have Shatter the Sky. But a Fable, not going to do anything. Enough. Alright, let's get back into goal 2. Sweet. For the today. Oh, the triomes, right. Don't care, I don't like those artworks. I like my magic cards to look like magic cards, you know? Not like comic book games or whatever. Nothing against them, it's just not what I like. Alright, friends, we're closing in on the last half hour of the stream. Hopefully get 2 matches in. This hand, huh? Guess we have a lot of temples. Basically didn't keep any payoff card at this point. Okay. It's just like nouns or something. It is. Okay, well we have questing. Elspeth Conquers Death for that door. Take 8 damage before that happens, but it's alright. Solemn. Nothing like drawing all 5 drops. Alright, so next turn we can ECD, then ECD again if we need to. Play Nissa if we can get away with it. And if he kills Nissa, we get it back with ECD and play another ECD. Alright, I don't care about that. That's just Ugin food, baby. Let's start cracking these while we can. This deck I have to be a little more careful about the Fabled Passage activations, because I don't have as many basics. I think I only have like 7 basics in this list. I think it's 4 forests, 2 plains, 1 island. If this is all he had last turn, that seems like pretty good for us. Okay, just gonna do that. Alright, I'm gonna do the play that I talked about here. With Nissa, basically, because if he kills Nissa, then I don't care. He can kill us next turn, actually. We do that. We just have to kill this Bone Crusher Giant. If he has Questing Beast, he kills us anyway. Let's see, so if we play... I think we have to Nissa here just on the off chance we can get away with this. I think we need double for any reason. No harm in attacking here. I will snap off the trade on Bone Crusher Giant if he lets us. Really. Or Wraths. Solemn just has to get out of here. Solemn, and we'll push it to Fairy. I don't think this matchup. Style of match. And we'll swap an Elspeth Conqueror's Death for it. That seems fine. Just take the control roll, just eat all of his shit, play an Ugin, call it good. All. Oh, do not need another 8-drop, thank you. So you might have Questing Beast next turn, so I think what I want to do is play Uro this turn, I think. Then if he has Questing Beast next turn, then we'll play Teferi. If he doesn't, then we'll play Cultivate. That seems alright. I guess we could have Teferi'd and bounced Wolf Willow Haven. Okay, so he's got Questing Beast. So let's see, what happens here? Could get Nissa plus Ugin next turn. Teferi, buy some time. And not lose a land. Well, he can't kill Nissa unless he has Stomping, or he has a Stomp. It's tough. This is a tough turn. So basically, if we lose our Nissa, we'd lose access to Ugin for like 3 turns, probably. He has that stupid primal bounty bullshit thing that could like theoretically get both our land and Nissa off the table, which would be the worst. So let's do this, because this will tie up his mana for a while. Gonna eat our Teferi, that's whatever. Don't care about that. This next turn we can cultivate plus Teferi. Or we can... Nissa plus cultivate or Nissa plus Teferi. I like Nissa plus Teferi. Again, just tie up his mana. $13, we're gonna go to 9, lose our Teferi. Most likely. Right. Unless I do that. Alright, whatever. Play stupid, get destroyed. We'll hide the fact that we have access to a 6th land. Or rather a 4th forest. 6th land, 4th forest. It's almost the same thing. This might end up working out better in the long run, because we might be able to keep this Teferi around. But here's what I'm talking about. He's gonna play like the pump your bullshit. Yeah, there's that. He's not gonna kill our Nissa. Let's see a stomp here. He does. Okay. 5, 6, 7. I'm okay playing Uro here and trading it with Resting Beast. Although I have to eat everything I bin to do that. It sucks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next turn we can play like Hydroid Crassus. I guess we'll have enough going. See you, Nissa. Oh, we could still play Teferi. Hell yeah. Nice. Okay. I feel a lot better about that turn now. Because now he can't play like another Domri's Ambush or some other fucking fight card. See ya. I think 6, 7, 8. I think now I'm just gonna play a Hydroid for 6. Because I want to get like some value out of this Ugin the turn that I play it, and 3 damage to the face is not what I'm looking for. That can go. Okay. Man, I wish Ugin could kill that thing. Let's see, we've got no other basics in the deck, so Fabled Passage is dead. But we can probably just hold that to be like the 5th card for Uro to eat. Let's just play Growth Spiral right now, see what we... Nothing. I think I am just going to sit here. This comes into play, kills Barry. I could sweep the board. I guess I could just play Ugin and like make him have to have something, but then if he plays like 2 things, he could just kill this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna sit here. I don't think there's any reason to commit Ugin to the table right now. And that could be a mistake. Alright, so we're gonna have, what, how many cards have been? 2, plus Teferi, in all likelihood. 3, 5, get Uro back. Yep. Actually, I can shatter this turn. I'm okay with that. Something else. this because I don't care about the fact we don't get a land off of it. Ever, just get Uro back. Damn, I should have paid 2 life on that. Alright, so here I'm going to play Ugin. This is what, his second questing beast. Now if he kills it, I can grab it back with Elspeth Conquers Death. And we can play another Uro this turn. Yeah, that's alright. Just playing Cultivate to get into the bin. We have no basics. That might be an oversight in deck construction, I'm not gonna lie. We might need to have more basics in the deck for these games that go like hella long. That's 3 of his gem, or not gem razors, questing beasts though. Stupid thing, dude. It's first strike, you can play lands from the top of your library, and he gets +X where lands as he controls. By 6. 7. I think we probably just have to kill that thing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15. And Hydroid for 15, draw 6 cards. 15. Can't possibly have a way. I guess if he has the fight thing, the thing that like pumps and then does all that shit. Oh, let's just get Rada out of here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we still want to play this Crassus. X equals 3 is fine right here, and I don't want to pass up like this whole turn. Oh. Alright, well, I could just do that and be a fucking idiot and not count my mana, right? That also works. Math. Don't forget how to do it. Alright, so next turn we're going to play Cultivate to get a card in the bin. Elspeth Conquers Death is going to go there. And we are going to get Ugin. Okay. Guilty. We could Shatter, actually. That might be better. Moment. Okay, it doesn't have first strike. I don't know about that. Keep it, I guess. Alright, Cultivate for nothing. Get Uro into play. Now, if anything happens to either of our creatures, get it back with Elspeth Conquers Death. Or creature or planeswalker. I can talk. Okay. It's hallowed found to fairy breeding. Cool. Alright, managed to even that one up. Stroke might be alright here, actually. I don't like that this dog's barking. Shut up. I know you're looking at me right now. Shut up. Um, cut. Ugin might just be a hair on the slow side. As is Ur. Probably just a really good racing card. Seems like this card was not super great. It was okay. I think it's just a necessary evil, though. Alright, let's try this. Alright, here we go. Last game of the night for all the marbles. Me and Pony. Alright, well, we got the ramp. We just need to find things to do. This is probably not a great key, but we're on the draw. Got a couple growth spirals. Maybe we can make this work. Questing Beast. Fairy. Since we have Elspeth Conquers Death locked up for next turn, I am going to play Teferi here. Bounce Questing Beast. Buy us some time. And it's not so much that I'm buying time from Questing Beast specifically, it's so he can't develop anything else on his board if he wants to play Questing Beast. So he's going to play it, take us down to 12, kill our Teferi, lose it to Elspeth Conquers Death. On. Okay, well, get this out immediately. And by Questing Beast. I think we have to play another Hydroid Crisis here just to make sure he has to have some way to interact with it. There. That's what I meant. Alright, we drew Wrath, was really good. So of course we'll snap off the trade here. If he has like the fight thing, Donnery's Ambush costs 4 this turn, and Ambush plus. Take that immediately. Yep. Okay, we're gonna shatter this turn. Back to Fairy. We're gonna plus. We're gonna plus the Forest. We have double blue, double white. Go upstairs. Play the plane since he knows we have it. Pass a turn. That. We're gonna play the Shatter in the middle of combat. So if he has like a questing beast or something, we should be able to just mop this game up pretty easily. He has heroic intervention here, I'm gonna scream. Does not appear that that's going to be the case, but you never know. Still got 4 mana, he might have it. But it does not appear to be the case. Alright, so this Cultivate is dead now. That was kind of the reason I had Reign of Revelation to begin with, is because like you could start ditching crap like Cultivate that starts to become dead as the game goes on. Honestly, there just might need to be like 2 more basics in the deck or something like that. Alright, what do you got here, Pony? Or 3, you got it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can Hydroid for X equals 6. We could Hydroid X equals 7. I kind of feel like I just want to bounce Bone Crusher Giant again. Not again, but bounce to stifle his. Let's play Hydroid first and we'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. This card. Got it, boss. Yeah. So now this turn, we can attack 6, bounce Hydroid Crisis with the Fairy, play Ugin, kill both Wolf Willows and a Terror of the Peaks. He has 1 unknown Bone Crusher Giant to our Fairy, Ugin, Hydroid Crisis. Like it. He's going to get to kill our, but I don't really care about that. We have Elspeth Conquers Death. And, like, Hydroid Crisis is certainly a card. Let's get this Cultivate. So he can do whatever he thinks is going to be good enough to kill. Got going on, but we have so much gas in the tank. Got it. Play him, I dare you. Yep. It's 2. Stroke is not great here. Kind of sucks that he can pop that with Cinder Vines, but let's just play Uro. Let's see how many. think we can do everything this turn. I don't think I need to play anything here, honestly. We'll just let this Cindervines do its thing for a little while. Yeah, okay. I was gonna let that go and then it's Wrath, but whatever. Okay, well, we managed to grind up into gold tier 1, so we're just shy of platinum. And the ladder just reset last, like either earlier this week or last Friday. I actually don't remember. So that's okay. We basically played 3 hours and gotten back up to almost to where we were. Black tree. Want that massacre worm. You're gonna want that massacre worm style art. Hard style art. Some gems, whatever. Okay, cool. So I am going to halt there. We are just right on time. 10 o'clock here. After. We'll get this uploaded to YouTube shortly. I think I'm just going to label it as generic, Core 21 Week 2 or something like that. And I'll see about editing that Week 1 footage to remove the offending material, the copyright lords. Anyway, if you're not following me here, I would really appreciate the support. Trying to grow the channel so I can continue bringing you content of various natures. You can also follow me on Twitter, which is the best way to know when I'm going to go live. That's at Canman87Gaming. My YouTube channel, which, like I mentioned, I'll be uploading this on, is youtube.com/Canman87. Any support that you would like to give me in terms of follows, subscriptions on YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff, greatly appreciated. But as long as you're having fun, enjoying what I'm making, that's the main goal. At any rate, we will be back tomorrow. We got our 2 to 4 and 6 to 8 stream. Looking at probably doing some Renegade X. I've been having a lot of success with that one last few weeks here. So I want to continue to cultivate that. Pun definitely intended. And then we'll figure out some retro stuff to play this weekend as well. I don't think I'm going to double up on Ren X on Saturday like I did last week. I want to keep that balance. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed. Though we had some kind of mixed results here. But until tomorrow, I don't see you then. Have a great rest of your week. And otherwise, have a good rest of your night.